everyone, welcome back to episode 3 of Globecast interview. Globecast is the official YouTube channel of Globe. Today we're really honored to have a special guest with us. Let's welcome Andy, who once was the biggest OTC trader in the whole wide world. Oh, don't forget to subscribe, like and comment down below for more content. Let's begin the interview. Hello everyone, welcome back to our episode 3 of Globecast, which is the official YouTube channel of Globe. Today we have a very special guest with us, whose identity and his actual voice remains unrevealed. So today we are really honored to have Andy with us, and he once was the biggest OTC trader in the whole wide world. So Andy, would you mind sharing with us, how did you start your journey with cryptocurrency with industry?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me to join this interview. I'm really happy to share some of my tough experience in the crypto world. I used to be an IT software engineer a long time ago. And in that time, I was kind of sensitive in new things, especially in IT or high-tech field. So I heard about BTC in around 2011, which was 2 years after Satoshi Nakamoto released the Bitcoin white paper. And, but that time, most people don't know the application scenario of the cryptocurrency yet. We just consider it as a technical tool. Until 2015, that time I had become a serial entrepreneur in different industries. I started a new adventure in Philippines because I tried to find new opportunity in online gaming industry. And as we know, Philippines is one of the countries that totally legalized online casino. And during that time, I realized there was a huge pain point in this industry that people, it's quite hard to top up money to the online casino platform. And because most of the bank would decline their payment if anything related to the casino. And most of the time, in addition, it's quite risky as well if the users living in a country that haven't legalized the casino yet. So that time I realized, well, Bitcoin is a perfect solution for cross-border payment service, especially in some special field like traditional bank do not support. So I am the one of the earliest people who provide the solution, the cryptocurrency top-up solution for online gaming companies that time. But soon, because of the popularity of the big BTC, Bitcoin, I saw more and more exchange sites were launched in different countries. I also discovered an interesting phenomenon that the price of Bitcoin is quite different in different websites, in different exchange sites. So that time I realized, okay, there's a new opportunity to make money. I started the adventure in crypto world completely by making profit from doing arbitrage between different exchange sites from different countries. Because, sometimes I consider myself like a global citizen. So crypto is a perfect solution that totally breaks the borders, make me feel free financially. And it's so much fun than online gaming industry. So I left Philippines and then set up a small team in Hong Kong and then start the crypto trading. That's the story.
Wow, interesting. Thanks for sharing with us. It seems like many of the perspectives and disciplines have been to your whims along your journey. And you mentioned you started quite like early ages. So it's fair to say that you are one of the pioneers, when you discovered, oh, there was an opportunity and there was, you saw the opportunity and you grabbed on it and you started your journey with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And many of, like you mentioned, arbitrage, and the borderless trading, which truly makes you a global citizen. So how does OTC actually work? I'm a bit interested. How does it actually work?
Well, before I answer this question, I think we have to review back the big event happened in 2007, September 4. Let's call it 9/4, okay? Because on that date, China government suddenly banned all the ICO projects and also the fiat crypto service for those exchange sites in China, like Huobi or OKCoin, like that. As we know, Chinese people have good saving in the bank account and like gambling or speculating a lot. So by 2017, China had contributed 90% transaction market share in the whole crypto world. So suddenly, all the Chinese investors have no way to buy crypto by their CNY. You can imagine how big shock in the market. China government only banned fiat service for those exchange websites, which is more like a B2C mode. But they didn't ban C2C mode, which means any individual still can exchange their crypto assets with another individual in fiat, right? But here, what I mean of individual includes both personal and then institutions. So in this condition, all those China exchange sites, if they want to continue to do the business, they have to change their business model. There are two ways. Firstly, maybe they can only provide coin-to-coin exchange or coin-to-stablecoin exchange, just like Binance. That time Binance still was very small, a new website compared to Huobi or OK, but just because of that opportunity, they became huge. Okay, the number two way is launch OTC channel for the users to exchange coin and fiat by themselves. Actually, I think OTC is kind of misleading. Actually, it's more like C2C or P2P. The exchange side won't touch fiat directly by themselves. Instead, they just play a role more like a employee and charge a little bit commission during the transactions. It's a smart way to bypass the regulation, because they, just like Huobi or even Binance right now, they also have OTC channel, but in Binance, they call P2P, it's more clear meaning, while Huobi call it OTC, it's over to the counter, but it's still C2C. So obviously, it's not a question that why people prefer OTC trading. In fact, we got no choice, right? If you want to buy the coin, you have to use the OTC channel. And since the 94 big event happened, it also affects my arbitrage trading. Because before, I just bought from European, I bought the crypto like Bitcoin from the European exchange sites and just cash out in China exchange site by one click. Very easy, right? From one exchange site to another one. But now I have to cash out in OTC channel, which means I have to apply to be a merchant or OTC channel and trade with individuals one by one manually. I have to send my bank account to those people online and also check the payment by myself, release the crypto assets manually. It's so annoying and it's quite risky as well. So that's the reason people have to use OTC,
Yeah, if you prefer to use C2C, P2P, I think people have sort of different definitions towards it. And it sounds like you are like a man of a team. So one person works like a whole team to, process all the information and to do all the checking. So what is the difference between companies quoted like by an P2P or like OTC, C2C quotation service and those who those are listed on an exchange? So what are the differences?
Well, I think because if a company wants to trade between coin and fiat, actually so far they don't have too many options because, I think it's very, very, so far, very, very few exchange sites support fiat. If it has only, in those small countries like Jersey, right? Also, I've got the one very small in South Indian Ocean, but even they support, but it's very strict to open a bank account, open the account on the exchange side, and they limit the amount of trading. It doesn't help for the companies at all. So unless they want to trade between coin to coin, for example, now most people do is they exchange their coin to USDT first, and then cash out the USDT to fiat in OTC channel, right? They still need to go to the OTC channel if they want to exchange to fiat. And also, let's say if you want to list your coin to an exchange site, let's say coin to coin, right? Even though the threshold is quite high, because you have to pay huge launch fee to those exchange sites like Binance or Huobi because they're famous, right? So that's the differences.
All right. So you have like an agency platform like Huobi, to charge the agency fee because you have to go through those platforms to be able to trade.
Yes.
So where do you actually trade? So where do you trade?
For me personally, since 2017, I only focus on OTC trading. It's more like, it's more like, because those exchange sites, they could not touch fiat, right? They're happy to outsourcing the challenging part to us, which is cash in and cash out. You heard about USDT, right?
Yes.
It was issued by Tether company. Tether is a company under Bitfinex, but they claim that they can provide the redeem and purchase service, but actually not. What they're happy to do is, okay, you give them money, they give you USDT, then bye-bye. Don't go back to them to redeem the USDT because they also under huge pressure from the bank side. Because once they become a big company, the bank will realize that they are doing crypto business immediately, they will shut down.
Yeah, I'd say it's quite like a sensitive topic to touch on. So that's why it could be quite risky. And that's why loads of big companies, they don't, they either do it too much or they don't do it. So you said you were ready to share some of the like tough journeys you've had, some roller coasters. So any interesting, thrilling, or kind of upsetting, disappointing experiences you've been having as an OTC trader?
Yeah, of course, that's a lot. Okay, firstly, I can say I'm not. I mean, I cannot say that I am the oldest OTC trader on this planet, but definitely I am one of the first batch, and among them, probably I am the only one who still survive. How can I say that? Because it's quite risky. All the good thing and the bad thing I have experienced since 2017, many of the oldest OTC have been freaked out. They quit the business, definitely, and then some of them might in the jail already. That's the real story. There was a very famous guy in China. I don't mention his name, but unfortunately, he's still in the jail until today. Let's say, okay, but it also has some good things. Let me share the good things first. The good thing is I had the chance to trade with people around the world online, right? Even I never met them, but after trading, sometimes we still chat like a friends to share some of the story in the crypto world, how people benefit from crypto. Even, but maybe I cannot mention the countries. But in some certain countries, people it's so hard to send money out of the country. So crypto is it's a tool to save their life. So it's like we are just a group of people who have the same belief. That's the good things. But the bad thing, my goodness, there's a lot. For example, every day there are many unserious people. They try to fool me by fake bank payment slip, even fake bank check. And the worst thing is the fraudulent payment. Because in the beginning, I think all of us, we lacked of experience. We don't know how to do the KYC properly. And then there are a lot of people, they fooled someone else to send a payment to me. They maybe use other people's ID to register account on Huobi or Binance OTC channel. And then they try to buy the crypto from me, right? They will ask my bank information. And then they cheated someone else to send payment to me. For example, maybe they became a boyfriend. I mean, like those love scam, right? They met girls online, they guarantee them something, or they offer them a very cheap iPhone, something, right? And then they mentioned that, okay, you send money to this account, then I give you iPhone, right? Then those those ignorant people, they send the payment to my account. I didn't know that's the money from illegal resource, right? I saw the money, I released the crypto. Then that bad guy got the crypto and the wrong way. After 2 or 3 days, maybe the victim who lost the money, they will report it. They will report to the police station. And definitely the police official will think I am the suspect because their money went to my account, right? And because I think that time in the early stage, even those police people, they didn't know what is crypto, what is Bitcoin, right? They will not only freeze my bank account, they will also arrest me, as a suspect.
They
To be
just
honest,
assumed.
to be honest, I was picked up by police car in many different countries. While I landed in the airport, when I go through the custom, I was arrested.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but thank God I kept all the transaction records and also the conversation with those buyers. Even they are scammers, but we have some like normal chatting, right? Like okay, they ask my bank account, and then I ask them where will you pay from, like that. And all those can prove that I didn't know those people. It can prove my innocence, but the problem is the police still will freeze my account for like a couple months or couple years because they need some time to do the investigation. And at the same time, even though I have to be detained like 24 hours or 48 hours, and that's really awful. I still have so much money goes frozen in different countries because sometimes even only got $1 related to the like a criminal case, the police will freeze your whole account. Doesn't matter how much money you have inside. So just because of this, I think many of the OTC traders have been freaked out and they quit the business. And just like I said, some of them, because every day, to be honest, once we became a famous trader, every day they have a lot of illegal people. Maybe they are computer hackers or they're scammers. They are a group of people. They stole the money or they stole the coins from somewhere. They will ask us to help them to cash out by offering 50%, 30% commission. That's huge, right? Maybe some of the traders they how to say that, because they're high commission, right? They've been attempted and then they helped them to do that. In the end, they went to jail. But for me, the reason I still survive because I have a very clear rule in my mind. Something I can do and something I cannot do, even it's high commission. So I only trade legally. Even I have been investigated so many times, but I'm still here, right? Because I didn't touch anything really illegal. So that's the sad story.
Well, thanks for sharing with us. I mean, like some people say, it's better to bend a little than fully break. I think that's how many OTC traders believe. Like it's okay to bend a little, but they don't want to fully break. That's why they didn't want to risk, the rest of the career life and also maybe just, everything they've got from the industry to, to still trade to survive like you still are. So that's really impressive. I mean, I've not seen anyone who's been, walking out of the custom with, handcuffs on, but but that was actually like, some experiences you would keep at the bottom of your heart and, something you could not like to brag about, but it sounds really thrilling to me. Yeah, so you mentioned about KYC.
Yes.
So how is it why, obviously we know it's really, really important in crypto world and also in OTC trading. So how does it work? So how would you, get to know your customer?
Well, it's quite hard, but the only thing we can do is try our best. For example, KYC stands for know your customer, right? Because after so many bad things happened, I hired a lawyer to figure out how can we continue to do the OTC trading legally and safely. I also had some conversations with those police officials in different countries proactively because I need to inquire them how can I continue to do this, right? And they just tell me one thing: you just make sure you sold the crypto to someone who exactly paid you, who someone really knew the purpose of the transactions, like that. So from that time, I know that we cannot maybe just 100% avoid being used by those illegal people, but we still can try to can put a threshold by asking the KYC documents. For example, every new client, when they try to trade with me first time, I need them to take a selfie with their passport and ID, as well as a writing statement which mentions that their source of fund is legal. They are 100% aware of the purpose of the transaction, and they guarantee that they won't use the crypto for the illegal purpose like that. This is something that can protect us when anything happens, because it's out of our control, right? Just like in the US, people can sell a gun with license. They can sell the gun to different people. If the good people buy the gun, like a policeman, they protect others. If the bad people, they buy the gun, they become a murder, right? But that is out of our responsibility. And by asking KYC, we also can distinguish if a payment came from a third party or from the one who really buying from us. I cannot say KYC is 100% safe, but at least can stop 90% of unserious people. But even though I still been fooled many times by some people, they use fake passport or ID. You can Google it. You can buy passport ID online, like $20, $30, quite easy. Of course, they cannot use those kind of ID goes through the custom because the custom have a special machine. Maybe they check their fingerprinters, right? But for us, if they do the KYC by the video, by the CCTV, by the camera, how can you distinguish the ID is fake or not?
Exactly, yeah.
So like how have you been avoiding those illegal association with people who don't trade seriously and who are trading illegally?
Well, it's like, firstly, I always do KYC strictly, even they are not happy. But in the end, if they are serious people, they will understand that, because that not only protecting myself, also protect them, protect them from being scanned by someone else. And if anything make me feel suspicious, I will stop trading immediately. Even they offer me a very good commission or something, and if possible, for someone else, if they want to try to be an OTC trader, if they have enough budget, always hire a good professional compliance team, which helps a lot.
Wow, I think being an OTC trader is really about being persistent and being resistible. You have to be resisting to all those obsessions or like, everywhere, and be like, I don't want to be trapped into this. So that's really impressive, and it's really hard to do so. So do you have any suggestions to any amateur traders how to avoid scams?
Well, still, like I said, both for traders or users, first thing, always do KYC strictly. Always double check the payments and the coins, because sometimes they also save you the coins. Sometimes they buy the coin from you, right? And always keep learning the new knowledge, because crypto world is like anonymous, which protects people's privacy, but also very dirty sometimes, because people cannot see each other, right? Every day still have a lot of people, they try to fool me by their new skills, because their skills also involve a lot day by day. They like, I don't know if you heard about the Friday bank check scam. They send you a check on Friday. You see the money in your account, but it's not available yet. I got scammed like this, almost 1 million Hong Kong dollar in Hong Kong, because my staff never used the check before. He only see the money is in the account already, right? Then he informed me, then I released the crypto. Then until the next Monday, I realized the bank check got bounced back, because during the whole weekend, I cannot report to the police, because police say, okay, you have to wait for Monday. Even I called the bank said, okay, sorry, you have to wait until Monday. So that called Friday bank check scam. People use that intentionally. And also the fake coin, the USDT, right? People use it a lot. Some people, they issue the fake USDT. They use special wallet you cannot distinguish. And also they try to phishing your private key of your wallet by asking you to scan their QR code. So, if you want to be a trader safely, you have to keep learning this kind of knowledge.
Thanks for sharing the insights. I must remember what you've just said, because sometimes I'm like, people on the road be like, scan this QR code, please. And then I'd be like,
Yes.
yeah, sure. And then yeah, that's probably how people get scammed, because you're like, yeah, let's be careful. But when you actually see the pending money in your account, you're like, yeah, I'm getting the money, but you actually are not. So yeah, thanks so much for sharing. So how do you actually make money? So how do OTC brokers make money?
Well, it's more like, okay, let's say the whole crypto world is like a big casino, right? The OTC merchant is more like the one who selling the chips. Before you go to the casino, you need to buy the chips, right? You use your money to buy the chips, and then you play in the casinos. If you win the money, actually you win the chips. You need to cash out, right? So that's how we are doing the business. We provide the cash in and the cash out. We earn the fixed commission, right? That's something you don't need to worry about. The price goes up and goes down, right? It's quite good business compared to other traditional business, right? That's something I like. But compared to before, of course, nowadays the profit is much less than because the competition, a lot of new OTC traders. But like I said, OTC is quite hard and risky sometimes. Soon, those competitors, they will gone. They will be gone because they will be freaked out, or when they realize their bank account being frozen, right? They don't know how to fix it. So if you are the one can survive till the end, you will accumulate a lot of return safe clients. So you still can make money, like what I did before. But to be honest, I think I almost quit early of this year, not because I freaked out, but just because I feel tired. Because I have to handle with those bank managers every day. They keep asking me, what are you doing? Why you have this payment? A lot. And then, because also the pandemic happened, right now I only keep a small team still running the business, the service for those old trusted clients, because they still need a way to cash in and cash out. I only serve them only because, during the pandemic, it's not easy for my staff to find a new job. So I keep them running. At least they can have a stable job during the pandemic. So I defined myself more like a retired OTC trader.
Please don't say that.
I'm happy to share my experience to other new people who want to join this industry.
I mean, there is a reason that you're still the one last man standing. And I think OTC trading is, it's about who can last till the end. It's not about, when you joined and how you joined. I think it's about who can laugh until the end.
Yes.
So don't say you're tired. You're still the, you're the hope of the whole industry. So would you say that COVID-19 has been it's been changing the way that everyone lives, and it's been changing the society. But as I know, crypto industry is also ever changing. So would you say COVID-19 has caused a huge impact on OTC trading? Or is, like you said, it's not really dependent on, the prices, the market. So you earn the fixed commission fee. So do you think you still have you also been affected like we have all been?
Well, compared to other industry, I think COVID-19 is a good thing for us because people stay at home. They play a lot in crypto, right? They need to buy a lot of USDT or BTC, right? So that's the good thing. But also the bad thing is maybe especially those people, they lost their job. They don't have enough money to play. But the good thing is because, like I said, most of the players, they are Chinese. Chinese people always have good saving in their bank accounts, And also, in the crypto world, it's changed a lot. Like right now, we have defined projects and also NFT, right? Even the old ICO were gone, but still new new item, new projects comes. So the market share is quite big compared to before. Even the competitors has, more competitors, but the market share is much bigger than before. So still is a promising business.
That's really good. It's good to know that COVID-19 has been potentially causing the positive construction, giving out the more constructive effect on the OTC world, because it's also virtual, like how we live life nowadays, just all remotely and dealing with people virtually. Like we're having the virtual meeting now instead of actually meeting in person.
Yes.
Yeah. So what has been the biggest obstacles, like the biggest barriers in your career, you would say?
Well, that's really, really good questions. Besides the legal risk I mentioned above, right, another biggest obstacle is from the banks. That's also the big problem in the whole industry because no doubt crypto is a revolution in the financial field. But so that's why those banks, they consider crypto is a big threat of them. So they just don't like crypto trading just because of their commercial concern, not because it's illegal or something. To be honest, I mean, trading crypto is legal, definitely legal, unless in certain countries they have a clear law ban it. But so far, I don't think it has this kind of clear law for the individuals. So the only issue is from the banks. So that's why most of the exchange side, even outside of China, they also do not support fiat service because no bank will provide a bank account for them. So that's why we still need OTC channels, right? And just like I mentioned before, cash in, cash out is the most challenging part of the crypto field. Like those big exchange side, compared to them, we are nobody, right? We still can use different personal accounts or business accounts temporarily to collect the payment from the clients, or we send the payment to the clients. Just like we play seek and hide with those banks. So that's why I said I feel so tired because I have to reply the emails from the bank's manager, the compliance team every day. Because once, for example, you use a new bank account, right? In the beginning should be fine, like $1,000, $10,000, even 100K, right? After you hit certain amount, they will come after you immediately. If you cannot reply them properly, they will shut down your account immediately. Even I reply them properly, I make all the invoice, I just cannot tell them it's crypto trade. Otherwise, they will shut down immediately. But if you tell them a good story, you can survive another 2 or 3 months. But in the end, you have to be prepared for it. Your account will be shut down. Just get a use of it. And let's remember that once a time, I spent 80% of my time in opening different accounts around the world. And sometimes even they close your account, right? In most of the countries, they're still good. I mean, they will give you a bank check of the remaining balance. They will ask you to, okay, come, take your money, go, like that. And then they just don't like me. They put me in the blacklist. That's it. I cannot open any account from that bank in my whole life. That's the consequence. But in some other countries like the UK and the US, well, those banks are really, really, I'm sorry for the dirty word, but I really hate them because they can, when they suspect you are doing something like a crypto, they will return all your remaining balance immediately to the original payers without informing you. That's a disaster because, like other banks, at least they will ask me to explain first. I provide documents, right? They shut down my account, give back my money. But the banks in the UK, in the US, they don't really care. And then if you comply, they will tell you, okay, you go to collect the money from your original payers again. But you can imagine all those buyers, they're online. I even don't know their phone number. I only have their passport copy because we have the KYC, right? And then 90% of them, once they got the crypto already, they got the money back, they will be happy. They will not give any money back, right? You can try to file the case in the court, but the thing is, if you don't have their physical address, you even cannot file a case in the court. And you can imagine the international lawsuit is quite expensive, unless it's huge amount. Otherwise, just bad luck. You have to forget about it. That's the risk part. But if you play it smart, for example, you have several bank accounts, like in UK market and US market. For example, you have A, B, C, T account. You use A account to collect the money, and then you move to B account immediately to keep it safe. Even you're not doing illegal, but just in case the bank will close your account and then return the money. If you move the money out already, they have nowhere to return back.
Wow. That's the problem of being too rich. When you hit certain amount, the bank would be like, oh, wow, like alarm ringing. Let's check how much this person have been doing to be able to, get this much into the account over such a short amount of, period. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So,
but also, because just like I mentioned, it's a big pain point in the banking issue, right? So we also have good news in this field because due to the huge demand, right? There are some open-minded investors. They open a crypto-friendly banks like the Silvergate and the Signature Bank in the US. They totally support crypto trading. That's the good thing. I also have 2 or 3 accounts in those two crypto-friendly banks. You can trade any amount without question asked. But the downside, I mean, the threshold is high. If you want to open an account, you have to deposit certain amount in the account, to maintain your account, And then the fee is high. Like they charge me like $1,000 a month, But still worth it if you have kind of business doing that. You don't be headache of the banking again,
Yeah, it benefits both ways. Yeah. So would you say it's harder or easier to earn money from OTC trading compared to it was like 10 years or 5 years back?
Well, still has a trend. Like I said, now we have more competitors, but we still have bigger market share, right? More and more people know cryptos. Even those teenage, even those elder people, they are asking me how to buy the cryptos. And of course, there are a lot of competitors, but just like I said, be smart, learn new knowledge, and then learn how to fix the problem when you have a problem from the bank, when you have a problem on the police station, right? Once you can survive, you will have a big surprise in the future, in the end, You will be financially independent soon if you can be a trader 2 or 3 months, 2 or 3 years, sorry. Won't be that fast. I mean, 2 or 3 years to be fine.
Yeah, it takes time for every business to survive. But the community has been changing so much, like drastically over the past few years. I mean, crypto, Bitcoin, all the cryptocurrencies are still quite fresh and recent concepts. So when you first got to know crypto, got to know ATC, have you ever imagined that one day you would live upon, the business?
To be honest, I didn't realize that the demand would be so huge, I didn't realize that the business was so good. I mean, especially in the 2007, 2018. But now getting less because I didn't be, I mean, I don't want to be so aggressive like before, because when I have problem from the bank side, normally I have solution, but I get tired to play with them,
I'd say you're very mature and experienced in the industry, in the field. So you know how to deal with, the scams, and you are experienced enough to deal with, all the annoying chats with the bank managers and everything. So if you have to share with, amateur traders or whoever want to step into the industry, what would you say to them?
Just like I said, be smart, always learning new knowledge. When you see the problem, just calm down, and then there's a way to fix it. But just make sure, like the bottom line you should have is when you know that the buyer or the seller who want to trade with you, when you realize that his money or his crypto is illegal, step away immediately. Don't touch it, because from the criminal investigation perspective, if you know someone have illegal fund already, if you still assist them, then you will be part of the criminal case. If you totally don't know that, you are fine. You are safe. As long as you keep all the conversation, you have the transaction record, you'll be fine. Even maybe you have to be detained in the police station 24 hours, but you are safe.
Yeah, so it's really important to be careful and to be also patient, to be, also be able to compromise when it's time to compromise. Like I said, it's, better to bend a little than fully break. Thank you so much for sharing with us today.
Good luck to all the traders, good luck.
Good luck to you as well. I mean, we do want to see you as the last man standing in the next, decade. Hopefully in 5 or 10 years, we'll still see your name. But thanks so much for being here with us. I'm really sure that you've been through a lot more than what we can tell. Honestly, I cannot imagine in a million years how much you've been through, and you still look really young. So, yeah.
I'm happy that you say I'm young, but that's okay. we can experience bad things, but we still enjoy life, right? That's a part of life.
Yeah, there's definitely more bright sides of life than, the downside of it. So yeah, especially during COVID, I think the majority of the population worldwide has realized that. So
And one more thing, I think I forgot to share that, because I also try to forget it in my life, because I still remember, it's kind of shameful for me to tell this, because I think I'm an IT guy, right? I'm kind of sensitive about IT things, but I got hacked by someone online. They stole me 50 Bitcoins in 2019. I remember that time I was traveling in Brazil, and when I was trading, I stayed in the hotel, right? I'm waiting for my friend to pick me up to have dinner, because in Brazil, if you don't speak Portuguese, you cannot go out, right? I'm waiting for my friend to pick me up, and then I trading online, and then I remember that there's a guy who told me he was a client. Okay, he wanted to buy crypto from me, and then he sent me a link. He asked me to click this link to chat with him. And I feel curious why you guys want to send this kind of link, because I'm an IT background. I know it's risky to click that link, so I never click that until that morning. I feel bored because I'm waiting for someone. I know it's risky, but I told myself I will click that link. I want to figure out how these people try to fool others, right? I click that link, and then it's like a small extension for the Google Chrome. I install it. I just want to figure out how it works. And then I know I should have deleted it when I finish those kind of checking, right? But my friend called me. She told me she arrived in the hotel. Then I just go out and forget to delete that. When I come back to the hotel, I realized those people, they hacked my computer. They controlled my computer remotely by the Google Chrome. And then they transferred 50 Bitcoin to their own wallet. That's big loss for me that time. But I really feel shameful.
You learn from mistake, and now you would never click any link. I bet you would not click anything.
The crazy thing is, I always remind my friends, my families, don't click any links. Even I knew it's risky. I tried, but I forgot to delete it.
Everyone has gone through that moment. You just feel like, nothing's going on in life. Let's make something happen, and then something bad happen. But yeah.
So just like I said, in this industry, we have to deal with three kind of people: the police station, the bank, the computer hackers. Three. Because once you become a famous trader, they know that you have big inventories in your account. They try to steal it.
Yeah. They try to what you've earned with your own hard work.
Exactly.
So thanks
Thank
very
you so
much.
Thank you.
A lovely rest of the day. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for being here with us today. Hopefully you've learned a thing or two from our chats with Andy. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below of what you want to hear in the future. Bye for now.